Previously, all this shapeshifting is an identity crisis waiting to strike. So far, I've been a dog, a cat, a hellhound, a human, a werewolf, and now this, not to mention my previous life as a witch.
It's about you stopping time in our fight for the magic realm.
The vampires are looking for someone to blame for what happened to the fairies, and the witches are willing to turn me in to prevent another war. I have to flee, even if it means leaving my family behind.
Should I just forget that my mother left me behind all those years ago and never came back?
So many questions, and the answers are lost forever, now that you've been reincarnated with no memory of your past life.
I guess I was a woman with many secrets. Seraphine, I want you to return to the magic community. Tell them I forced you to come along against your will, and that you were finally able to flee. You've always been one of the ageless sage's most loyal followers, so I'm sure he'll believe you, and perhaps even reinstate you as High Priestess.
What? You must be joking. I may have looked up to him at some point, but that flew out of the window the moment he revealed his plan to sacrifice you. No matter what he made me say to you while you were in that cell, those weren't my own words.
I know, but we've been staying at this monastery for weeks, searching the jungle for the remains of those 3 ancient rulers every single day, to no avail so far. I'd go home if I still had a home. You do, so don't waste your life trying to fight for a lost cause.
It's only a lost cause if we give up. Besides, I'm the one who told you about the ancient Omiscan rulers in the first place. What kind of friend would I be if I left you to look for them by yourself? Forget it.
I guess I should have asked the High Witch of Clairvoyance to join us on this trip. She could use her second sight to help us find what we're looking for.
We'll find it just as well without her. And then, the mysterious power of the Omiscan rulers will open up a path for you to reunite with your son and live in peace without fear of the magic community. Have faith.
I'll try. And I hope you're right. Good night.
Madre Luna, que estás en el cielo. Santificado sea tu nombre, venga a nosotros tu reino. Hágase tu voluntad en la tierra como en el cielo, y en el infierno. No nos dejes caer en la tentación, y líbranos del mal. Amén.
No.
I founded this monastery after my husband died, so I could have a place to live comfortably as a widow. I thought I might find happiness here, and that I could raise my son in peace. But
Madre Cosecha, you've been nothing but kind to me and my friend since we arrived in Bilomesia, even though we were complete strangers, and you had no reason to trust us. So don't worry, you can trust me too.
if I tell you what's going on, you'll think I'm insane.
Where I come from, it takes a lot for anyone or anything to be called insane. So no, I won't judge you. I promise.
I've been hearing this voice in my head, like a whisper. In the beginning, its words were positive and hopeful. I thought it was the voice of Dios, trying to guide me through this difficult time in my life. But lately, it has been different. It keeps telling me to do things, bad things I don't want. And the more I think about it, the more I fear that it might actually be El Diablo.
Before you jumped, I heard you pray to Mother Moon. Does that mean you're
A witch. I would never admit it in public, but I suppose I'm in good company with you. Or was it not magia that you used to save my life?
It was. Forgive me for never properly introducing myself, but I had to keep my identity a secret out of fear of being betrayed to the community I'd been hiding from. Now that we're getting to know each other better, my full name is Phyllis Halliwell, also known as
The High Witch of Time Manipulation? By Madre Luna.
You've heard of us?
Who has not? The High Witch of Maldiciones is a distant relative of mine, but I don't know her personally, and my own specialty is creation magia. And making things disappear. I didn't think I would ever get to meet one of you. What an honor. But why are you fleeing from your community?
Are you familiar with the history of the magic realm?
Of course. That's how I know so much about you. Your time-stopping power defeated the fairies and gave the witches a home away from the mortals that were persecuting them. You're a well-known hero, even in this remote corner of the world.
That's what my own people used to call me as well, until they decided that keeping the peace with the vampires was more important. Their current leader happens to be a friend of the fairies and is seeking justice for what happened to them, and I was chosen as the scapegoat, whose execution would hopefully appease everyone involved.
How could they do that to the woman who saved them?
I guess it's nothing personal. Just political. The thing I regret the most is leaving my son behind in that society, but he's in less danger there than he would be on the run.
I know a thing or two about difficult decisions as well. I would rather allow my son to die than to become the next victim of the whispering voice. That's why I decided to take him with me when you know.
Whatever it said to you must have been horrific. Since when have you been hearing it?
It started a few weeks ago, around the time you arrived, and it's been telling me to visit the Temple of Sacrifice, containing the tombs of the Omiscan rulers, Totekayama, Zazatototl, and
Balam Palso. That's exactly what I'm looking for as well.
Then stop.
But why? My alien friend is a former moon priestess who has read more books about magic and mythology than anyone else, and she believes that
She's mistaken. As well read as your friend maybe, she's not from Selvadorada and doesn't know as much about our culture as I do. The Omiscan rulers were not benevolent kings. There's a reason their tombs are so hard to find, and why I would rather kill myself than go look for them. The transformative magia within goes far beyond the simple shape-shifting relics that this country is known for. It can be unbelievably destructive.
they say the same thing about my ability to manipulate time.
But you know how to use and control it, unlike the powers of the Omiscan rulers. Please don't take any chances with them. The consequences might haunt you for the rest of your life, and the next one.
So what breed are you exactly? And were you born this way naturally, or as a result of your family's magical experiments? No need to be shy, but fine, I'll start. I'm basically a living voodoo doll, an old toy brought to life by the soul of a dead witch, 4 years ago to the day. Not even a happy birthday. Oh well, I think my family forgot it too. They're all so worried about the people that are missing that they no longer notice the ones in front of them. Leviathan's birthday was just a few days ago. Had he been here, we could have celebrated together, because we're both Pisces. What's your sign? You know, if this date is supposed to work, you'll have to talk a bit more, because so far I kind of feel like a solo entertainer.
I'm sorry, I can't tell you anything more specific about my abduction, or where Stella Maria's alien parent took me. But I was barely even conscious the entire time. I remember strange plants and crystals I had never seen before, and unnatural sky colors, but that's it.
Unnatural sky colors, huh? What's the name of the planet your fellow aliens are from, Purple Shrek?
You've asked me that before, and I've told you before, no idea. I was born here on Earth and have never left it since. The same applies to most other aliens living on this planet today, so don't even think about going around and asking every blue or purple-skinned person you can find.
Too bad. What's the point of having an alien around if she can't even answer such simple questions? Doesn't it ever bother you just how useless you are?
I can show you something I'm useful at by throwing you out the door without physically touching you. Or would you prefer the window?
Enough of this. Don't forget what we're here for. Pompiliu, you said you had a conversation with that alien before things got messy. Do you have any idea why she impregnated you?
No. I didn't even realize that that was what she had done, until a few weeks after my return, and I haven't seen or heard from her since.
And when you did return, was it in the same location you disappeared from, or somewhere else, like Oasis Springs perhaps?
Yes, exactly. The community got a call from some kind of alien research facility in the desert, telling us that a UFO had dropped off my father on their premises. I was a kid and had to go to school, so I stayed in the magic realm while the Duplantiers traveled to Oasis Springs to pick him up. How did you know that?
Just a guess. But that means Loki was right. We must go to Oasis Springs. Lev is either already there, or will be dropped off there when the aliens are done with him.
Looks like we'll have to ask my mother to babysit Mischief Minnie again. And hope, for Leviathan's sake, that there won't be a second baby to look after a few months from now.
Then Amara gave me some experimental treat that turned me back from a cat into a dog, but it had the unfortunate side effect of also making me a werewolf. And that's not even the full story. Last week, thanks to the power of the full moon and good old Salvadorian shape-shifting magic, I became a were-unicorn as well. The bigger body took a while to get used to, but the ability to teleport at will was really nice. So that was number 7. How many different creatures have you been? Well, if nothing else I can say that you're a really good listener at least.
Bitch, we're leaving.
Thank Mother Moon.
Aya, Tiamo, wait. When you travel to Oasis Springs, take me with you.
What for? We don't need an alien tour guide who doesn't know shit about her own culture.
You're right that I'm no help when it comes to that, but that's going to change. I want to learn more about my origins.
Don't we all?
I don't think this is the Temple of Sacrifice.
It is not.
Then what are we still doing here?
Seraphine, what exactly gave you the idea that the 3 Omiscan rulers could be the solution to our problems? Madre Cosecha says they're anything but benevolent, and as a local she probably knows best.
So, you're giving up?
You didn't answer my question. Why should the Omiscan rulers help us, and how would they do so?
I read about them in one of the magic realm's many ancient tomes. There is no guarantee, but it's all we have at the moment.
But where did that specific ancient tome come from? Who wrote it, and what do we know about the author? Seraphine. By Mother Moon. Is that... What? No. This must be what Madre Cosecha warned me about. You stay away. That thing was a lot more resilient than any witch I've ever faced, otherwise I would never have used my power with such intensity.
Were you able to defeat it?
I don't know. It disappeared, along with my friend. And I got to see once again just how much destruction I can cause by stopping time.
What do you think the winged being was?
The answer seems obvious, but honestly, I can't say. It reminded me of what you said about the whisper that you thought was the voice of God, but its words sounded more like something the devil would say.
So it told you to continue your quest for the Temple of Sacrifice?
Among other things, yes. It somehow knew about my predicament in the magic realm, and told me that if I don't like it there, I should wipe it out entirely. That my power of time manipulation was the most destructive force in the universe, capable of causing a world-ending calamity, and the magic within that temple could help me unlock my full potential. So Seraphine was right after all, about me finding help there. Help to destroy the world, is that my destiny?
I don't believe in destiny. But I do believe that we have to figure this out, before something happens that the whole world can never recover from.
Is it true that Professor Rivers has recovered from his illness?
Not sure if that was really an illness or just laziness. But yes, he finally dragged his ass back to university to teach my class about the history of witches this week, as he should have from the beginning of the semester.
Thank goodness. I might give the class another chance then. That substitute, Dr. Mill or whatever, was such a creep. I'm surprised you put up with him for as long as you did, considering how he treated you.
Why? What did he do?
His name is Miel, and he's all bark and no bite. Nothing to worry about.
I see. Another perk of being the baby of some shady mafia family. No one can hurt you without having to fear their vengeance, right? Is there anything new you can tell us, any crazy plans for the near future or schemes to take over the world?
I wouldn't go that far just yet. It looks like we'll be going to Oasis Springs soon to break into the famous alien research facility, and depending on what we find there, we'll see what happens next.
I think Sheeran was joking.
Of course, Finn, and so is she. Stop taking this so seriously. But Wilbica, if you do ever travel to Oasis Springs for real, say hello to my parents for me, will you? Not many people know this, but I grew up in a dusty Hicksville called Parched Prospect, not far from the alien research facility that you're planning to infiltrate. And my mother happens to work there.
As what? Does she clean the insides of the space rockets when her horny co-workers from the science lab are done fucking their alien guinea pigs in there?
Actually, it's a little bit fancier than that. But you might be right about some of the scientists having inappropriate fantasies about aliens.
Yeah.
And who can blame them? Those blue chicks are quite the sight for sore eyes.
I'm afraid I can't compete with that.
Don't worry, honey, I'd never leave you for one of them. You're quite cute yourself, for a human anyway.
Thanks.
Don't get too lovey-dovey in front of me, okay? I may be immune to emotions, but my physical urge to vomit still works.
Damn, you're so funny. Too bad I have to go now. The teacher of my next class doesn't think highly of the concept of the academic quarter. See you at lunch break tomorrow.
Sharon still thinks everything you say is a sarcastic joke, and that your complete lack of facial expression just makes it all the more hilarious.
So?
But I know better. It's not like you to just blurt out your family's darkest secrets like that.
Then it's all the better that she doesn't believe a word of it, isn't it?
Are you angry with me? Because it seems that way lately.
Finn, I'm an evil witch with access to spells, curses and potions to seriously hurt my enemies. If I was angry with you, it wouldn't just vaguely seem that way. But anger is an emotion, and I said less than a minute ago that emotions don't bother me anymore. Everything is easier this way, including our friendship, believe me.
So if we're still friends, what's the deal with Oasis Springs? You don't have to break into the alien research facility. You know, they offer guided tours. I think that's what Sharon's mom does there, among other things.
If they're okay with just handing Leviathan over to us once the aliens drop him off, there won't be a problem. But if they decide to keep him at the Institute for scientific purposes or whatever, we might have to start some trouble.
Leviathan has been abducted by aliens.
Yep. We stupidly asked all our friends to keep an eye out for him, yet no one actually thought of that.
All your friends? You never mentioned anything to me.
Oh, must have forgotten. But it doesn't matter now.
It does. You should tell Sharon too, and make it clear that you're not joking. She could talk to Esma and spare you the trip to Oasis Springs.
Who's Esma?
Sorry, I meant her mom.
You're already on a first-name basis with your girlfriend's mother. Fuck, you're not wasting any time. I shouldn't either, my next class is about to start. Bye.
She's definitely angry with me. What did I do?
Hello, bitch.
No, I wasn't chasing bats out of boredom. That was just a fever dream of yours, and if you tell anyone otherwise, I'll deny it.
Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you or anything. But it's good we meet, because I have something for you. Care to find out what it is?
You sound like a shady stranger trying to kidnap a child. But what can I say? It's working.
My intuition when it comes to reading the emotions of non-humans is not as good as Amara's, but something tells me you're not in the happiest mood. Perhaps I can cheer you up.
I've been thinking about my life a lot, both this one and the previous one. Nowadays I'm just a dog with one job, to protect my family. But when it comes down to it, it's always them protecting me instead. Because unlike them, I don't have magic powers. It was Lorenzo of all people who made me realize how much that sucks, because he's quite weak himself, and as he said, that's why he's been sending us on scavenger hunts for magical ingredients he needs rather than getting them himself. I would probably have done the same in his place.
Wait here, I'll be right back.
Compare that to my previous life as a frigging high witch, one of the 13 my mistress prays to, without realizing that I can hear her. I even came across my own tomb in Arse End of the world Selva Dorada, and that entire setting has been haunting my thoughts ever since. It seems so deliberate, like I chose to be laid to rest there, despite looking young enough to live on for a couple more decades. If only I could remember what it was that made me give up that life, the power it granted me, and the family I had left behind.
Happy 4th birthday.
The hell? Is this a joke because of my most recent transformation?
Granted, it may look a little silly, but it's a lot more reliable than the scarf you got for Christmas. The horn is made of moonstone and should allow you to control your transformations, rather than just your actions when you're in a different form.
Are you serious?
The entire thing is somewhat experimental.
Of course it is. What was I thinking?
But you're a smart dog. No doubt you'll figure out how to use it efficiently.
Thank you, only family member who didn't forget my birthday. I can't wait to return the favor and see what you look like with a unicorn horn on your head.
And now, disappear. Forget it. It's over. I don't know why you want to destroy the world, but I won't do it for you. Neither will anyone else. From now on, I will do what I can to keep strangers away from the selva and especially the temple, even if I have to kill them. Anophilis, her body and soul, will stay frozen in time in that occult strongbox of her own creation, until I find a way to restrain her powers. She won't be the cause of your calamity either. What do you mean her soul is gone? What have you done?
Did it work?
What? What is this?
Looks like it. Hi, my name is Tiamo. What's yours?
Get away from me, bloodsucker.
Ouch. What a bitch.
What's going on? Where am I? This new world, all these people. I don't recognize any of it. Madre cosecha, what happened?
So this is our familiar from now on. Will it always be this aggressive?
No clue. At least my veiled only attacks people with its foul mouth.
We should be careful not to provoke it, or who knows what might happen.
There's a theory that when a person gets reincarnated, they keep the memories of their past life for a short while. They may remember their own death, or even realize they're being reborn, leaving behind all their loved ones and things they cherished from that previous life. Some people think that's why babies cry at birth. I'm no expert on the creation of familiars, but maybe this is a similar case.
Are you saying that whatever memory was troubling her when she awoke, it will soon be forgotten, due to the shock maybe?
Exactly. So there's nothing to worry about. No wounds that time won't heal automatically.
Time is a great thing, isn't it?
Hey, where is my bed? They must have relocated it again, like last year. What does this mean?
Hey bitch. Looking for something?
I'm always looking for something, be it my bed, the meaning of life, or sometimes even a hidden camera, so don't congratulate yourself too much on that keen observation.
Well, the times of you sleeping in front of the fireplace in a walk-through room are officially over. After 4 years, it's time for a change.
That could be a good or a bad thing. With you, anything is possible.
Take a look behind that door, will you?
Happy birthday, bitch.
I'm getting my own room.
We figured even a dog might require some privacy at 4 years old. What's that translated into human years? Legal age?
Oh, I'm way past that. Spare me the sex education though, okay?
Besides, this room was filled with useless old crap that was just collecting dust. I took the liberty of redecorating it with these paintings I made just for you.
I made the candles and enchanted them so they'll keep you warm but never burn down or set anything on fire. They're like a fireplace now, but a lot safer.
And I got you a new bed. Hope you like it.
I love it. Looks like my birthday wasn't forgotten after all. Now that this most important issue has been settled, it's time to tackle the next one. Let's go to Oasis Springs and get Leviathan back, so he can give me a present too.